Hi everyone, checking in after the afternoon slate game at rankingsrightnow.com. Here are the completed games that we have finished throughout the day so far. So here we go. We just saw Florida beat LSU. That's going to have some rankings implications. We saw Louisville lose to Stanford. That's going to have rankings implications. And Missouri losing to South Carolina in a heartbreaker. Let's go ahead and see where the current rankings are standing right now. Okay, with the Mizzou loss, Louisville loss, and LSU loss, that means 3 teams have dropped out of the the College Football Selection Committee top 25 going into Tuesday's rankings. So that opens up some room for some new teams to come back in. The algorithm is predicting James Madison, Iowa State, and UNLV to be the next ones in line to jump into the rankings based off what's going on right now. By the way, there are some big games that are happening right this very instant that could have some big implications as well. Let's take a look at what's going on in progress. Oregon just starting out against Wisconsin. That looks like that's going to be a little bit rougher game than Oregon has dealt with all year long. Tennessee and Georgia just kicking off. San Jose State and Boise State? Ooh, Arizona State 14-0 against Kansas State. That Arizona State game, if they can hold on, when it refreshes starting in the second half of the game, you might see Arizona State pop into the top 25. I've played around with some simulations so far, and that is definitely something that's going to be coming into play. So you might see a Kansas State drop really low to those bottom 25. Let's actually play around with the what-if simulation tool real quick. So if we go with the what-if simulation tool right now, and we change that Kansas State game to be, let's just say that one ends 28, wake up the keyboard here for a second, 28-17, let's say. If we run that simulation, what we're going to get is we are going to see Kansas State drop all the way down to 23. And let's see, Arizona State is moving up all the way to 21. So that is a really big game to be watching right now. That might break way for ASU to break into the top 25. But here is what we're looking at right now. South Carolina moving up a couple spots. CU holding in with Clemson. They might be a little bit higher. And then that Tennessee and Georgia game are going to be the ones this next slate that are going to be so important for everyone to be paying attention to. Keep refreshing rankingsrightnow.com. Follow us on Twitter and Reddit for posts every 30 minutes if there's any changing in the rankings. And go to rankingsrightnow.com. Create yourself a free login. Play around with the what-if simulation tool. And we'll check back in later tonight for what will be a more finalized version of the predictions of the next selection committee top 25. Thanks everyone for joining. I'll talk to you in a bit.